The dual climate catastrophe. Understanding the Los Angeles wildfires. The dual climate catastrophe. Understanding the Los Angeles wildfires. A perfect storm of climate conditions. California's recent unprecedented wildfire storm, particularly in the Los Angeles region, stems from a confluence of extreme environmental conditions. Experts attribute the disaster to the interplay between hurricane-force winds and prolonged drought, creating a hellish atmosphere. These simultaneous events, historically rare, signal the emergence of an era defined by compound climate crises, events whose combined impact surpasses individual occurrences. Federal response and economic strain. Outgoing President Joe Biden pledged military assistance to aid California's firefighting efforts. Despite being the world's fourth-largest economy, California struggled to contain the blazes, underscoring the state's vulnerability to such rapid and widespread disasters. Destruction and ongoing threats. The Palisades and Eden fires have scorched over 10,000 acres, with flames still uncontrolled. Utilities deliberately cut power to one-third of Los Angeles homes and businesses to prevent further outbreaks from downed power lines. The Palisades fire has become Los Angeles' most destructive in history, consuming hundreds of homes and depleting water resources. In some affluent neighborhoods, residents abandoned vehicles to flee on foot. The fires reached Pasadena, disrupting preparations for the city's famed Rose Parade route. Initial estimates suggest the economic damage could rival or exceed the 2018 Camp Fire, which devastated Paradise, California. Unprecedented January wildfires. Fire crews are battling harsh terrain, intense winds, and conditions atypical for January, California's rainy season. Eric Holthaus, a meteorologist, warns of potential new fires fueled by dry, strong winds. The worst-case scenario would involve uncontrolled fires spreading rapidly, trapping residents, and overwhelming emergency responders. Climate crisis as a catalyst. The simultaneous occurrence of severe drought and high-speed Santa Ana winds exemplifies the effects of human-driven climate change. Rising global temperatures accelerate evaporation, intensifying droughts. Meanwhile, melting Arctic ice disrupts jet streams, increasing the likelihood of wind-driven wildfires in California. Recent studies highlight that climate change may reduce the frequency of Santa Ana winds during winter but amplify their intensity. These shifts complicate fire management strategies, especially when such events occur outside the expected wildfire season. Compound climate disasters. A growing trend. These wildfires illustrate the acute reality of compound climate disasters, events climate scientists have long warned about. As the climate crisis worsens, interconnected atmospheric, oceanic, and ecological systems become increasingly volatile, resulting in unpredictable and catastrophic changes. The Biden administration's 2023 National Climate Assessment emphasized this theme, highlighting the need for preparedness. Los Angeles. A city under siege since its first encounter with a tropical storm 16 months ago, Los Angeles has endured record-breaking heat in its driest period on record, receiving only 2% of its typical rainfall. Dry vegetation from the 2023 tropical storm season now serves as fuel for fires. Adding to the catastrophe are the historic Santa Ana winds, which reached speeds of 100 miles per hour, 161 kilometers per hour. While these conditions are extreme even during wildfire season, their occurrence in January, when resources are minimal and firefighting teams are understaffed, exacerbated the crisis. Global context of escalating disasters. The frequency and intensity of climate-related disasters have increased globally. In the 2020 and 2021 hurricane seasons, 7 major storms battered Louisiana and the U.S. Gulf Coast. A similar pattern affected Florida last year. In Canada, wildfires in 2023 burned twice as much land as any previous record. Future risks and broader implications. As California's rainy season resumes, Los Angeles faces an increased risk of catastrophic flooding due to burn scars left by the fires. These fires are a turning point, marking a new era of complex climate disasters. Experts warn that unless greenhouse gas emissions are curtailed, such events will become more frequent and devastating. This analysis captures the essence of Los Angeles' wildfire crisis and its broader implications for climate resilience and disaster preparedness. It highlights the urgency for global action to combat climate change.